Hey everybody, this is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com. Today is January 25th, 2019. Today I'm going to look at JD, Trivago, and the Forex pair USD, HUF, the Hungarian currency. So let's look at the charts. Alright, so here we have, actually we'll start off with JD first here. And here we have this one. This setup right here, again, this is going to be my lightning trade setup. You can see here that using this lower pivot down here and this pivot right here to draw the Fibonacci movement from. So as we can see from it, price broke up above it. That initiated the beginning of the lightning trade. It never went up and hit the 127 up there. I have the fibs going the other way right now to see where it's going down to. But anyways, as you can tell, the 127 never even came close to hit up there. We'll go ahead and put the Fibonacci move on there. So as you can see, yeah, 5609 would have been where it hit, never even came close to it. And started going back down, hit the 38, never came up back and hit the 100, came somewhat close there. Finally hit it there, but then never came up back, hit the 100, came down and hit the 0 line, and that's basically where it's been staying. So actually, in the opposite way, it hasn't gone down to hit the 127. That doesn't mean anything. It's just where I like to enter sometimes, put my entries into it. So today when I saw this chart, I went ahead and got into it. The MFI, if you look at down here below, it's just kind of been waffling around. It's closer getting to the overbought side, but whatever. So I just entered a small amount here. That's one of the things. I never enter more than half of the amount that I'm going to get into the trade with my first entry, because most of the time it seems to always go against me, so I get in lower places. So got in here around 23.60ish, I think, something like that. And then if it goes down to around $20 again, I'm going to get back in there. And then of course it goes down to 16, I'll get in again down there. So the exit I'm looking for right now is going to be just south of 36.18. So I set it up, I believe, at 35.50 is where my exit is from this trade. So that's what I'm looking at for JD. This is the daily chart, so this can take a while to complete. As you can see down here, since it came down, started consolidating back in last October, so it's been a couple months still from then, so it may take a couple more months to complete, but that's what I'm looking for in this trade right here. Now let's look at Trivago. Alright, here is TRVG, aka Trivago, and they're kind of like Expedia. They deal with all the travel sites and discounts and things like that. So I was looking at them on my growth stock screener that I use. I'll do another video about that shortly, how I use the stock screener to look for growth stocks, because those are the ones in 2019 that I'm focusing on. Those have a lot better potential to going up. I thought that from my Forex trading and then my brief trading in futures that I didn't need to worry about fundamentals and trading stocks. After the past year, it turns out I do, because those do influence the way stocks move, and you just can't buy a stock, or I can't buy a stock that's gone down from $70 down to $1.50 and look at the chart and be like, oh man, it's got so much room for growth to hit back to the 50% retracement level, and think that I'm going to get out, around $30, $35 anytime soon for that. Usually it means when stock goes down that much, they're getting close to bankruptcy for it. I finding that out the hard way for it. So that's why I'm really using a stock screener first now to make sure that the fundamentals are good, and then if it fits what I'm looking to do as far as my trade setups, then I get into it. So trying to be a lot more selective rather than just looking for a trade setup first and then getting into it. But anyways, so here's Trivago. They fit my setup for the lightning trade. That's what this one is. Looking at this one down here, there's a pivot point down here, and there's a pivot point I'm using right there for it. And so broke up above the 100, initiated the lightning trade, came pretty close to hitting 127, never hit it though. If it came within like a couple pennies or something like that, then I'd consider it done. But it went to 24.24 is the highest. It needed to go up to 24.75. So it's still a live trade. Came back down, hit the 38, never hit the 100, hit the 0, never came back, hit the 50, and it's been waffling around ever since. So today I got in at it, and then if you look at the MFI right here, it's going back down to the oversold level currently. So I figured that is a good spot. Entered in. I think where I got in is around $6 today, or yeah, I think it was 606 actually is when I got in today for it. And so right now it's at 598, and then if it continues to go down, my next two buying areas I'm looking at is going to be around $5. Next one after that's going to be around $4.25, and then after that, it just depends how much lower it's going to go down. But those are my next two buying areas I'm looking at getting into. Exit currently, the maximum is 1666. I think I put mine at, I think 1640, somewhere like that. It's definitely south of 1666. Somewhere between 1666 and $16. I have to go back and look, but I think it's around 1640 is where I have the exit at right now. So that's what I'm looking at for Trivago. And then one other thing I want to point out over here that I liked about this is you can see from right here this big gap that needs to be filled from 1288 up to 1475. So good sized gap right there that needs to get filled, and I love seeing gaps on here, and 9% chance they're going to come back, get filled. So between that, it being a lightning trade, but also most importantly, the fundamentals look good for it as far as the stuff I screened for. That's why I got into this one today. Now let's look at the USD HUF. So when I was looking at some Forex trades today, this one right here is on the 15-minute chart. And as you can see, you have the pivot point down here, you have the pivot point up here. Price came, broke up, that initiated a lightning trade, obviously never came close to hitting the 127 level up there. Went down, hit 38, never hit 0, and then is getting very close to hitting the the 100 line up there. It came very close to hit the 0 line down here. So I just went ahead and got into it today. I could have waited till it gets down here a little closer to the 0 line, because then that would put the true exit just below the 50% retracement level. As you can see, I have my exit right here at 280.53, and then I got into it at, let's see right here, no, that's the current price. I don't know how to read this crap. Let's just do green line. 278.472 is where I got into it. So red line's my exit, green line's where I got in. And the next entries I have to get into it is going to be the reverse side of the 127, the reverse side of the 161, reverse side of 261, and the reverse side of 423 if it goes down to those levels. I'm not sure if it will, but like how I mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm always looking to catch those flash moves down. That's why I always try to have the limit order waiting for it. The exit, no matter how much further price goes down, is going to remain right here. That'd mean I might get out earlier if it gives me a couple more contracts and comes back up, and I just get out rather than waiting for it. But currently right now, if this is the solid exit level, or I said even if price doesn't move down, or if price moves down further, I'm still not going to move it down based upon it hitting any of these Fibonacci extension levels. But like say it goes down, it hits 127, 161, and then it starts coming back up. If it comes back up here and gets close to my original entry, I may just go ahead and get out of it right there, just depending on how much profit I have and what other trades I'm looking to get into at the moment. So that's the main key. But getting at this level, I'm happy with it, because this one, for what it is right here, isn't going to take a loss on it if it goes back up and hits there, because I'm not moving that stop down based on the way I do the lightning trade. So that's that. I hope you had a good week. If you have any questions, if you want to see me analyze any stocks or anything like that based upon the way I trade, again, this isn't financial advice. These are just my opinions, the way I trade the market. Then let me know, and I'll be glad to do what I can to see if I can help in any way. All right, thanks. Have a great weekend, and see y'all soon. Bye.